Hello. So this video is for you if you have a splenic authority. So let's talk about it. So first off, remember that decisions is what life is made of, or life is a series of decisions. So your authority helps you make the best decision for you that is completely aligned with you and who you are. In this case, your splenic authority is like intuition. It's intuition. It's the best way for me to explain it is to say it is a knowing in the now. So the spleen center is kind of like one of the oldest centers. It's like that protective kind of mechanism that kind of keeps us safe, keeps us healthy. It's kind of like our, what do you call it? Like fight or flight response. So having that energy to intuitively know what is safe and what is right for you, and then what is not right for you, is something that you want to begin to attune to. Of course, a lot of times when we're thinking about making decisions, we use a lot of our mind, basically like pros and cons, and thinking like playing out all the different scenarios. The spleen is actually really interesting, or the splenic authority is really interesting, because what happens is as you get more familiar with it, the practice basically is to use your mind and to take in all the information and then check in with kind of that intuitive sense of knowing. You will feel it. Sometimes people will say it's called an intuitive hit, which means it's just like you get hit with this wall of like, I know what the answer is. And then how you act on it is basically up to you. You could feel that feeling and then ignore it and then do whatever else you want, and then see how that shakes out in terms of your not self and your signature theme. Or you can follow your splenic authority and see where that takes you. Now, thinking about how to practice this, right? It's good to experience it in many different situations. You can test it in all the different decisions that you make in your life, because you're making decisions. Your authority, basically your mind, your unconscious, is always taking in information, and that is information that your splenic and your spleen center will use to make decisions. It will tell you yes or no. Those hits really are more dramatic and more noticeable for things like big life decisions. So things around work, like where to work and what you want to do for the rest of your life, relationships, and then where you want to live. These are really big ones where you may just have a sense of like, I need to do this, or I need to stop doing this right now. So begin to trust into that and just begin to recognize what is right for you and what is not right for you. Now, because these things, like this is like intuition and it's an authority, it's like a decision. It doesn't mean that instantly you're going to have to go out and do and act on that decision. But having that clarity, understanding that the authority gives you clarity in the moment. It gives you that clarity immediately. So then you can go ahead and kind of work off of it. The interesting thing there as well is that as you get more information, that intuition can shift and change. So sometimes there's an experience of the spleen or that kind of intuition changing over time. So what's right in one moment may change to may not be right in the next moment. So now that you have all the different pieces, you have your energy type, you have your strategy, your authority, as well as your signature and your not self theme. Now it's time to go out there and experiment. Go out there and practice. Notice, self-reflect on your not self and self-reflect on your signature. Notice the different decisions that you're making that are leading to those different feelings. And then as new decisions or opportunities are coming up, use your strategy to identify which decisions, which opportunities are right for you, and then use your authority to see what what the optimal decision for you is. Of course, you're free to do whatever you like, so you can go ahead and experiment with this, and then continue. Like, don't make any changes to how you're making decisions if you like it. If you find that the usual way of making decisions is not really aligning with you, you're feeling frustrated more than you're feeling satisfied, or you're feeling bitter more than you're feeling success, or any one of those things, then you may decide to start following your strategy and authority. So it really is an experiment. Go ahead, experiment, play with it, observe, reflect, and feel free, please, to connect with me. Let me know how you're doing with all of this information. You might have questions, whether or not, like, is this intuition? Is this right? How do I move my way around this? And that is the kind of thing that I'm here to help you through. So go out, have some fun. Let's move from the shore into your